The issue with scalpers is that they basically do to new toys what you should do to a scalper if you're ever driving alone in the middle of the night and see a scalper crossing the street. They move as fast as they can. All jokes aside, they do some crazy stuff to make sure they get these figures before the actual collectors, just so they can resell them at a stupidly high price and hope the collectors are willing to pay up. It's a shameless tactic that honestly wouldn't be so prevalent if it didn't kind of work. The only people online that are selling Super Shadow right now with the Chaos Emerald are pricing him upwards of $250, which is stupid for a figure that's retail price is 10 bucks. It's not even the right color. But half these people don't know that. They can't read. For whatever reason, this is so much harsher in the Sonic toy fandom than, say, the Mario toy fandom, which is really weird considering they're made by the same company. So they should be getting the same attention. So why is the Sonic toys so much more scalped, I guess? Mario figures waves see a lot of range, from Shy Guys every few waves, to Boos everywhere, to various Mario recolors, and everywhere has them. Every store you go to that sells these will have Mario ones on the shelves, most likely stocked, so why not scalp those ones? I have a few theories, starting with distribution, because there's no way Sonic figures are getting the same push that Mario is. Nintendo and Mario have never really had a mainline commercial failure, whereas Sega just kind of makes games sometimes. I think this pretty much leads to stores having more faith that Mario toys will sell because the games do well, and even if those stores only want to target the main character of each franchise, they can still put out Mario, Tanuki Mario, Fire Mario, Ice Mario, Propeller Mario, Penguin Mario, and then Sonic and Sonic with Spring. It's not really a competition that more people will see the obscure characters too, and most kids will see Luigi and think, oh, Luigi, he's in almost every Mario game ever. And then they'll see Neo Metal Sonic and have to turn to their 30-year-old father and say, Dad, why his head pointy? Don't get me wrong, I love Sonic a lot. If it came down to it, I'd really rather see Sonic succeed because the games do kind of have amazing stories sometimes and isn't kind of following the same routine Mario's been in since his creation, which is just save Princess. I like Mario too, guys. It's just a point. My second theory is about Sonic's kind of cult following. Mario fans tend to see Mario figures and buy them and say, oh, this is cool, and then have them for their own collection, whereas Sonic fans will buy a figure and then make a YouTube video about it. Sonic, to me at least, kind of falls into that corner of the world where it's mainly really adults that like it, so those adults tend to be able to buy the figures and idolize Shadow the Hedgehog for some reason at Hot Topic and resell them for stupid prices, whereas Mario is kind of family friendly and aimed towards a younger generation that, I do like Mario, guys, tends to just kind of want the figures to want them. They want them to display them. Sometimes they'll post about them, but nobody's really in the Mario market to resell. I'm not saying the fans are the ones scalping the Sonic figures. I'm saying this is kind of what people prey on, a passion. And you can claim it's reselling, but you know what you're doing if you're turning this into this. It's predatory. It's relying on someone who has a childhood playing these games to want it so badly that they're willing to give you the amount that you're asking for just to have a character that they loved as a kid. I'm not saying anyone who sells these figures this way is a scalper. Plenty of people sell their stuff. I've sold my stuff. And yeah, I knew the value of it, and I sold it at a high price because that was the value of the figures back then. Sometimes they simply grow out of it or need to make ends meet. If you're walking down a toy aisle and you see 2 Neo Metal Sonics on the shelf, sure, buy one and sell it for what he's going for. Nobody would blame you. The problem is when you're denying someone else the opportunity to do the same. If you're in that aisle and a kid walks up and wants to buy the second Neo Metal Sonic and you have already bought one and he only has 12 bucks on him and the figure's 10, but you buy it for the 10 before he can, then try to sell it back to him for $80, you're a loser. So how do you stop this? You don't. You can't find Sonic stuff anywhere thanks to the scalpers, and even if you did, the odds of finding one that's sought after for you and someone else is basically zip. So I'm going to try something out, and this could work, this might not work. It might be something that I never actually fully am able to do. I am going to try to purchase some of the most scalped figures, being Charmy, Omega, Neo, Super Shadow. I'm going to give them away. Those who want the figures don't have to lose their money, and scalpers will, yes, get the money, but won't have the figures anymore. They'll be back where they belong in the pool of the actual collectors. I'll post a video in the near future with the details. I do want to make this work, so if anybody has any ideas to kind of refine this idea or make it better or anything. I'm completely open to suggestions, but I'll post a video in the near future with the details. You'll be able to tell because I'll make the title something like I'm giving away scalp Sonic toys or something like that. And how to basically get the figures will be in that. I want to clarify, this is not me announcing a giveaway because it might end up being where I literally just have to resell the figures at the retail price. But for now, help me out, subscribe, leave a like. Any cent I get from this channel's monetization will go right back into buying more of these figures. So if I get $2 grand from making a video one day that goes viral, I will just buy all these scalped figures, any that I can find, and I will just resell them. I'm so close to being monetized, and that is when I will start making money, and from that second, I will only be giving it back. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.